Horned, hairy figures lurking in the dark. Glowing eyes in the forest.
It's looking right at us, no way.
These videos show creatures no one can fully explain, so buckle up, because these encounters are so unsettling, they'll make you want to turn off your TV. Late one night, a guard's camera captured a figure sitting on a tree. The lens stayed steady while the shape remained calm and upright. Horns were visible on its head, framing a strange face. Its eyes glowed softly in the dark, and long nails were held close to its face rather than gripping the branches. No sound or motion followed, and the clip ended quietly, leaving the scene feeling odd, but still within the limited view shown there. Frogman Lake sighting. Late at night, a fisherman recorded something unusual near the edge of Lake Tenkiller. The video showed a frog-like figure standing upright in the water. It slowly moved on two legs close to the shore before fading into the darkness.
Oh my god, you see that? That's standing up. Oh, it's looking right at us, no way.
The camera never zoomed in enough to show fine details. Later, authorities confirmed they were looking into the clip, but nothing clear was shared, which made the footage feel quietly strange in a very plain way. Forest hairy figure. A family hiking through the forest took photos of a dark, hairy figure standing still among the trees. The shape stayed calm as the family moved nearby, showing no signs of aggression or movement toward them. Its posture was quiet and still, almost like it was just observing. After the pictures were taken, the figure disappeared and was never seen again. The brief encounter left the scene feeling strangely peaceful, even though the creature itself remained a complete mystery in the quiet forest setting. Crawling red eyes. A figure appeared behind the trees with a thin body and long arms and legs. Most of it was hard to see in the dark, but two red eyes shone clearly toward the camera. It moved slowly, almost crawling along the ground. The clip didn't show much else, and the brief glimpse left the sight feeling unusual, but quiet, like something that was just there for a moment and then gone. Shiny fur monster. The clip appeared online showing a very large figure covered in shiny fur standing in one place. Red, glowing eyes were visible as the camera stayed focused on its upper body. Its mouth looked unusual and hard to compare to any animal. The figure showed no sudden action and remained steady during the short recording. Some viewers called it Bigfoot, while others thought it was a monster. Still, the footage looked convincing enough to feel rare, especially with how relaxed the creature seemed the entire time. Red-eyed tree. High up in a tree, a dark shape appeared, its eyes glowing red in the night. The outline was strange, not like any usual animal, and it seemed aware of its surroundings. The glow from its eyes gave the forest an odd, tense feel. Some thought it might be a young Bigfoot, while others guessed it was something entirely new. Whatever it was, the brief glimpse left an unusual mark on the night. As if the forest had a visitor no one could explain. Roadside humanoid chase. Dashcam footage showed the road ahead as a man drove through a dark stretch at night. In the video, a tall humanoid figure appeared behind the car, its eyes glowing clearly against the darkness. The figure ran on two legs and kept pace at a speed that looked far beyond normal. It stayed centered in the frame for several seconds without falling back. No sound or movement came from the roadside. The steady chase, paired with how easily it followed the car, was the part that felt the hardest to brush off afterward. What? Mountain cave goat. Near the mouth of a mountain cave, a man filmed something that felt out of place. The camera showed a dark figure standing partly in front of the entrance, barely moving. It stood upright on two legs and had a face that looked goat-like, with long ears shaped like horns. The figure stayed completely still the entire time. No steps, no gestures, no sound. The quiet way it remained there made the scene feel uncomfortable, especially since nothing in the footage explained what it actually was. Forest horned figure. A hiker filmed something unusual while walking through a forest road. The camera showed a dark figure sitting beside the path, its body black in color with clear horns on its head. It stayed low at first, appearing calm and unmoving. After a moment, the figure rose from the ground and shifted forward in a sudden way. The video cut off as the hiker moved away quickly. Nothing else was recorded after that. The brief encounter felt unsettling because the footage showed just enough to raise questions without clear answers. Disturbing horned figure. Inside a home in Indonesia, a woman recorded something disturbing at an open window with no glass. A horned figure leaned into the frame, its dark face and long teeth clearly visible in the low light. Its hands, stretched inside the window, had long nails gripping the edge as it held itself there. The head moved slowly from side to side while the rest of its body stayed outside. The quiet control in its movements made the moment feel wrong, like something that should not have been that close. Yoga glowing eyes. Everything looked normal when the girl recorded herself doing yoga near the edge of the woods. The camera stayed steady as she moved calmly on the ground. Later, while replaying the video, she noticed glowing eyes behind her, fixed in place from the darkness. Whatever stood there stayed still, quietly aware of her presence, and that silent detail changed how the peaceful scene felt afterward over time, once she noticed it later on. Albino Yeti encounter. A man was walking near the woods at night when he heard unusual noises coming from the trees. Curious, he approached and suddenly came face to face with a pale, hairy creature that looked like an albino Sasquatch. When the light fell on its body, he quickly ran back into the woods, leaving no trace behind. Later, during the day, a hiker exploring the same area spotted what appeared to be the same creature. It stared directly at him, and the hiker hurried back to safety. Many of you watching this probably noticed how calm, yet eerie, its gaze seemed. The repeated sightings made the area feel quietly mysterious, with the creature vanishing as suddenly as it appeared.
Seriously?
Rooftop pale creature. A man had heard rumors about a strange creature near an old, abandoned building, and curiosity got the better of him. He went to investigate and found a pale humanoid figure perched on the rooftop. Its stance was aggressive, and its eyes glowed with an angry intensity. The creature seemed to glare directly at him, as if warning him to leave. Feeling the tension, the man quickly understood this wasn't a place to stay. He turned and walked away, still unsure of what he had seen, but the memory of that figure remained vividly in his mind. Red-faced observer. One night while camping, a group of people noticed a figure standing nearby that immediately caught their attention. Its face was red, and two long teeth were visible as it stared straight at them. Even with its strange appearance, it remained surprisingly calm. One of the men carefully tried to get a closer look, but kept his distance. The clip ended shortly after, but the encounter left a lasting impression. The brief sighting made the moment feel strangely real, and the memory of that figure seemed to hang in the air long after. Massive furry figure. A short TikTok clip appeared online after being shared by an anonymous account. In the footage, a massive figure covered in thick fur stood upright, with strong muscles clearly visible beneath its body. Its posture looked unusual, unlike any common animal seen in the area. The creature remained in view only for a brief moment, before moving away and slipping into the woods. The person who filmed it claimed the sighting was real.
Oh, come on inside!
Though no clear explanation followed. With no updates or similar clips afterward, the moment stayed unclear and quietly unsettling.
Oh, come on inside!
Horned snake sighting. A mountain hiking video showed something that immediately felt out of place. The camera captured a snake positioned on rocky ground, its shape clear against the terrain. What stood out were two sharp, horn-like points rising from its head, giving it an unfamiliar look. The rest of its body appeared normal, offering no easy explanation. The combination of a common animal and such rare features made it feel like one of those sightings that doesn't fit neatly into anything familiar. Buried glowing eyes. This small opening revealed something no one could understand. A strange creature was positioned beneath the surface, and it was barely moving. Two large eyes reflected light as the camera stayed fixed on the spot. The rest of the body remained unclear, as it was mostly merged in soil. Online viewers believe it was a mythical creature, secretly surviving underneath. However, no one could know the truth, as it was caught only once. Dogman road encounter. While driving near the mountains, a man slowed his car and hit the brakes. On the road ahead, the camera caught a strange dog-like figure standing still. It had fur covering its body and a face that did not look like any known animal. The shape stayed in view only briefly before the clip cut away. The driver later called it a Dogman, though the footage itself showed little detail, leaving the site open to quiet guesses for viewers watching. Tiny horned creature. While camping at night, a man recorded a small figure sitting on a tree. The camera showed a creature with a human-like face and tiny body, and horns could be seen on its head. Its shape did not resemble any bird or animal, and it stayed completely still on the branch. The figure didn't move or make any sound, just sat there quietly. After a few moments, it disappeared into the darkness. If you have any guesses what this creature could be, let me know in the comments below. Snowy Eye Watch. Near a farmhouse forest, a woman recorded something odd during a snowfall. The camera pointed toward a tree where two eyes were visible, partly hidden behind the trunk. They stayed fixed in her direction as snow continued to fall around the area. The quiet setting made the sight feel unsettling enough to keep her awake long after the recording ended that night. Mountain creepy mystery. A man walking beside a mountain at night captured something unusual on camera. The creature stood on two legs like a human, but its glowing red eyes and long hair made it look very different. It stared directly at the camera for a moment, then began walking while keeping an eye on the man's movements. Its shape and behavior felt oddly human, yet clearly it was not. The encounter left a lot of uncertainty about what kind of creature it could actually be. Peeking tree humanoid. While walking through a quiet forest, a woman stopped when she spotted something inside a tree hole. A tiny humanoid figure peeked out, its eyes glowing softly and its head long and narrow. It didn't move like any normal animal, and its presence felt strangely unnatural. The figure stayed hidden, but watched her carefully. Even experts online couldn't identify it, leaving the moment eerie and completely unexplained. Backyard glowing presence. A backyard camera caught something moving quietly in the dark. The figure had a face that looked human, with bright eyes glowing through the shadows. It didn't appear again, making the sighting brief but strange. The man shared the footage online, where people quickly pointed out that it didn't behave like a normal person. Some suggested it might be a ghostly presence, while others thought it could be a mysterious creature emerging from the nearby woods. Amish field sighting. An Amish farming family noticed something strange moving through their cornfield late at night. At first, only large feet could be seen shifting slowly between the rows. As they watched, a tall, gray shape began to reveal itself. The family estimated it stood over 8 feet tall. Moments later, a head slowly peeked out from the corner of the field. Two glowing eyes became visible in the darkness. It did not rush or react. The figure stayed partly hidden, moving just enough to be noticed, which made the quiet scene feel deeply unsettling. Bigfoot-like humanoid. A video shared online showed a humanoid figure that looked deeply unusual. The footage revealed long horns, extended teeth, and a face with strange features, paired with bright eyes and long white hair. The figure stood clearly in view, allowing its shape and details to be seen without movement or blur. Some who watched described it as an advanced version of Bigfoot rather than something fake. The clear look made it feel like footage that was never meant to surface so openly. Pale horned window. Footage from an abandoned area showed a pale face peeking through a broken window of an empty house. The figure had clear horns rising from its head and features that did not look human. Its face stayed partly hidden, only visible long enough to notice how unfamiliar it seemed. The man filming said it matched nothing he recognized. The empty building and quiet surroundings made the sight feel even stranger, like something that did not belong there but appeared anyway. Winged horse surprise. A man stepped outside his house while leading his horse forward, and something about the animal immediately stood out. Large wings were attached to the horse's sides, making it look unusual against an otherwise normal setting. The horse walked calmly, showing no signs of distress or performance. For a short time, the wings raised questions about what was being seen. The owner later explained they were part of a costume. Even with that explanation, the visual felt odd enough to linger, since it briefly turned an everyday moment into something unexpected. Beach-horned carcass. At Luis Siret Beach in Villarico, Spain, a large carcass was spotted washed up on the sand. It stretched about 13 feet long, and its head had horn-like shapes. The body looked damaged and didn't match any known animal. People nearby examined it for a moment before it was removed. Many of you watching this probably noticed how unusual its size and shape were, making the scene feel quietly strange, even in broad daylight. Dragon-like remains. A crowd in China gathered around a huge carcass lying on the ground. Its head had horns, and the long body stretched far more than anyone expected. People nearby stared and pointed, believing it was a dragon carcass. The footage quickly spread online, and many of you watching this probably noticed how unreal it seemed. Not long after, the video was taken down by authorities, which only made the scene feel even stranger and left a lot of questions hanging in the air. Unicorn forest sight. A hiker walking through a forest in England spotted something unusual, a white horse with a single horn on its head moving quickly between the trees. The clip was very short, but it immediately caught attention, and many of you watching this probably replayed it to try and see every details. Later, in a different area, another man captured two horses grazing in a grassy field. One was a normal brown horse, but the other was white and had the same horn-like feature on its head, making it look remarkably like a unicorn. The location and exact details were unclear, but seeing such a creature in nature made people stop and stare. Whether it's a real unicorn or just a rare anomaly, the footage is hard to forget. Tree-peaking creature. While camping at night, a man heard an odd sound coming from a nearby tree. He walked over and saw a dark-headed creature peeking from behind the trunk, with eyes that appeared to glow. It stayed still the entire time. Its shape looked similar to a dog, yet it did not match anything familiar. Those watching this clip might have noticed how quiet the moment felt. The camera held on the figure briefly before pulling away. The simple setup and stillness made the sight feel unsettling in a way overall. Cautious biped creature. In a dense forest, a dark-colored, long, bipedal creature was spotted moving in a very unusual way. Its steps looked cautious, almost like it was trying hard not to be seen.
He's just up there. Doesn't know I'm watching him by the looks of it.
The figure slipped between the trees and disappeared, vanishing from view quickly. The forest stayed quiet after it left, and no one saw it again. Its brief appearance left a lot of questions. Was it something rare, or something completely unknown? Either way, the clip captured a moment that felt strangely out of place.
Oh, he spotted me. Okay, I better get back down.
Sasquatch window stare. A sudden squeak at the window startled a man while he was resting at home. Expecting an intruder, he looked closer and saw something entirely unexpected. A massive Sasquatch staring right inside. It stayed still, its large, hairy body filling the view, calm yet imposing. Many of you watching this probably noticed how unusual its presence felt. The man chose not to approach, keeping a safe distance while the creature silently observed. The encounter was short, but its impact stayed. Having such a huge, quiet figure so close made the house feel strangely empty, and the memory of that moment stuck with him long after it vanished from sight. Glowing teeth figure. A group of men went into the jungle at night to collect wood for their fire. Everything seemed normal until they spotted something unusual hiding behind the bushes. A dark figure stood still, its eyes locked on them, and its teeth glinted faintly in the dim light. Some watching this might have thought of old stories, wondering if it could be a jinn. The men didn't stay to find out. They turned and ran back to safety. The figure didn't follow. After that night, it was never seen again. The brief encounter left the area feeling quiet and tense, and the memory of those glowing eyes lingered in their minds. Scaled dragon find. On a remote island, a strange carcass was discovered, its massive body covered in rough scales and ending in sharp claws. Its wide wings stretched unnaturally, and the teeth looked eerily real, giving it the appearance of a dragon from old myths. The video of the find quickly spread online, sparking endless discussion. Some people insisted it was just a prop, while others felt its realism was too convincing to ignore. The mystery of what it really was stayed unresolved, leaving a chilling sense of wonder. Bigfoot forest sprint. Deep in the woods, a TikTok video captured a curious moment that got everyone talking. A large, furry creature sat quietly near a tree, seemingly at ease. As soon as the recording stepped closer, it noticed him and quickly scrambled to its feet, disappearing into the trees. The brief sighting sparked excitement online, with many suggesting it could be the legendary Bigfoot. Its size and sudden movement made the encounter feel strangely convincing and hard to forget. Short, pale figures. Holding his camera steady, the man recorded something that felt completely out of place. Near a fence, a group of short, pale figures stood perfectly still, their small bodies and large heads giving them an otherworldly look. Their almond-shaped eyes caught the light in a way that made them seem almost alive. Even though the footage was blurry, it was enough to make people wonder whether this was a hidden experiment or something far beyond normal human understanding. Batlike humanoid. An anonymously shared video briefly appeared on social media before it was quickly removed. In the footage, a humanoid bat-like creature was seen hanging upside down, as if resting. It resembled a giant bat.
What the heck is this?
Yet its human-like features made it feel unsettling. Reports later surfaced of similar figures appearing on rooftops in other recordings. The combination of its shape, posture, and repeated sightings gave the clip a strange weight that was hard to brush off.
What the heck is this?
Rooftop peeking creature. Back in 2017, a quiet moment in a woman's backyard suddenly felt off. She noticed a human-like figure peeking from the edge of her rooftop, standing completely still and facing her. As soon as she focused on it, the figure vanished.
No way.
She hurried around the house to look again, but the roof was empty.
Good.
Security later checked the area and found no marks or signs at all. The lack of any trace made the encounter feel strange in a very quiet way. Crawling strange entity. During a busy day at a construction site, a group of men noticed something odd moving across the area. A strange creature crawled slowly, its movements awkward and unlike anything they had seen before. It paused briefly in front of them, giving them a clear view, and then vanished as suddenly as it appeared. No footprints or other signs were left behind. The brief encounter lingered in their minds, leaving a quiet unease about what exactly had crossed their path that day. Bigfoot Mom. During an Independence Day weekend, a short video caught attention for its unusual scene. In the footage, a tall, dark figure walked calmly through the woods while holding a small, furry animal in its arms. Its size, steady steps, and upright movement stood out in the quiet forest setting. The moment felt different from typical wildlife clips shared online. Some interpreted the scene as a rare look at Bigfoot behavior, possibly showing a protective side. The way the figure moved through the trees gave the clip a strange, lingering curiosity that stayed with those who saw it. Hidden dark figure. Walking along the roadside, a boy spotted a massive dark figure partially hidden behind the trees. At first, it stayed perfectly still, blending with the branches, but then it rose fully upright and began to move. Feeling uneasy, he didn't wait to see more and ran quickly to put distance between himself and the figure. The encounter raised many questions about what might be lurking just out of view, and it stayed in his mind long after he got home. Roadside hairy sprint. A dashcam caught a strange moment that would make anyone think twice about driving through the woods at night. A man was heading home when he suddenly slammed on the brakes. Right in front of his car, a massive, hairy figure sprinted across the road. Illuminated by his headlights, its shape was clear for a few seconds before it darted into the trees. The sight was too large and unusual to be any normal animal, leaving the man unsettled and unsure what he had really seen. Shadowed forest watcher. During a quiet night, a man reacted when a strange sound came from the side of the path. He turned and noticed a figure partly hidden behind a tree. Its face looked unnatural, framed by long hair, with glowing eyes fixed on him. The figure did not move or step forward. It stayed still for several seconds. When he tried to look closer, it slipped back into the darkness. He left the area soon after, unable to forget how clearly it had been watching from the shadows that night. Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. A massive and unusual creature appeared in this clip that circulated online, catching the attention of many. It had glowing red eyes that shone almost like tiny lights, long, sharp horns, a dark black body, and long, pointed teeth. The way it moved was unsettling. It sat and shifted its weight in a manner that resembled human movement, which made the sight even stranger. At times, it acted aggressively, showing a side that felt tense and unpredictable. The combination of its size, posture, and glowing features created a surreal and eerie impression. The brief encounter left a lasting, almost haunting feeling that stayed long after the clip ended. With that, see you next time.